All right, guys, welcome to our March Madness team-wide second of the month Monday call. We want to call it Mark's Madness, right? Not only March Madness, but Mark's Madness. So thank you all for taking a little bit of time out of your crazy busy month and going for some serious promotions and joining in for a little bit of time together to celebrate, to talk over some awesome ideas, to collaborate with everyone, and just have an awesome time together for a little bit here. So we are John and Liz Enter for those of you that have never met us. So welcome to the team. We are so excited for you guys. We just want to quick share our story for those of you that don't know it. John and I started this business coming up on 4 months in October. And I was a previous Lutheran school teacher.
And at the time, I was a builder contractor.
Yeah, and I started the business. I saw Network's before and after picture of a wrap on Facebook, and that was really the turning moment for me. I was skeptical like everyone, but I thought, what if it does work? And lo and behold, I bought a whole box retail from Kim Haber, our presidential upline from New Jersey. So my upline is not local. She's in New Jersey. And popped that second wrap on. Didn't see a whole lot of results after the first, but the second really was the catalyst to changing my health and getting me feeling better as a mama and as a wife to my husband. So we were actually a WIC family, a government aid family. We were living paycheck to paycheck, and our future was not looking so awesome.
No, it wasn't.
What do you say about that? Right.
No, it's true. I mean, you know, I think when people get married and they start their life together, they have these bright ideas about all the possibilities, you know, raising kids and having the perfect house and, you know, building a deck and all that stuff. And you know what? We just built our deck this year, and we're going to celebrate 14 years of marriage this year. And, you know, we had a lot of positive, aspiring thoughts. But, you know, at the end of the day, we weren't spending time together, and we didn't have enough money to stay around and do it. And you know what? We found that with It Works. We didn't know that we were going to find that with It Works. And lo and behold, it turned out to be a whole lot more than what we bargained for. And the fun thing about it is not only did we make that dream come true for ourselves, but we're helping so many other people realize the same dream. So that's what's really exciting.
Right. And the crazy thing is, you know, they say all the time, get to corporate events, get to corporate events. That was the life changer for me. I did hop on a plane 4 months into my business where I did not have a single distributor on my team, not a single one for 4 months. I did have 60 loyal customers. I did have a comma in my paycheck, but I did not have a single distributor until I hopped on a plane, went down to Florida to the convention 4 years ago, or almost 4 years ago. And that is where everything changed for me. I think it was because I saw people up on stage that were telling their rags to riches story, in the meaning that they were like me. They were, you know, they were on WIC, they were struggling, they were living paycheck to paycheck, and now they were having financial freedom. They were having time freedom together as a husband and wife. They were now allowed to, I shouldn't say allowed, but they were given the blessing now to be able to give back because they had more than enough. And so that was really an awesome thing. I mean, that was a life changer for us. So we can't say enough for those of you who have never been to an It Works event. You need to get to this It Works U that we're going to in Grand Rapids, Michigan, April 9th. Did you know that John has set up, we've got at least 15 passenger van, and we can get a second one. We are going to leave on Friday, the 8th at about 7 o'clock in the morning, because John and I want to make it to the evening Triple Diamond and Above event. And then Saturday the event starts, and then we'll come back on Sunday. Now, I know some of us are leaving, you know, on that Friday morning, but some are even leaving later. So make sure that you know, post on Team Enter after this and say, hey, I want to go. Who's leaving when? And I think John did the math on the rental of the 15-passenger van. You said it was about $55 for the full trip there and back and everything. So that's a pretty awesome deal if you're really concerned about how much and you need to get your ticket, which it's still early bird pricing. I don't remember what I spent, but it wasn't much. Was it? I don't remember. Does anybody remember? $15, $20, something like that. And then there is an after party on Saturday night that Cammie Dempsey is hosting, and you can get tickets for that as well. So that's a really fun time. But, you know, the corporate team are going to be there, like Mark Pentecost, Dr. Don. I don't remember if Pam Souter is going to be there, but then a whole bunch of top leaders, even millionaires, even black diamonds, are going to be at the event. So I would highly suggest, if you can't get on a plane and go to Florida, that you certainly do this. And that's why we're doing the 15-passenger vans, so that it's much more affordable for families to go. And we'll just bunk up in rooms and split costs. So if you're looking for a room, ask on Team Enter. We'll get you hooked up with people, and you can split the cost of the room and make it the least expensive event, but yet a great investment in your business. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to interview some people. Do you guys know that our team had 17 promotions this last month? Our team had 17 promotions in the month of February. I'm going to call them out, and then I'm going to interview Stephanie Gracek first, and then there's 3 other people for sure that I'm going to interview, so I'm super excited about that. The first person, I'm just going to name up everybody. Crystal Nurell from that's Sarah Stotter's girl, earned executive, so congratulations, Crystal Nurell. Tammy Ludis from Wisconsin, this is Michelle Fitzgerald's girl, went executive in the month of February. Amanda Hine, I know she's on, went Ruby in the month of February. Congratulations, Miss Amanda Hine, and we'll be talking and interviewing her. Stephanie Gracek went double diamond, and grabbed the $30,000 double diamond bonus, which was so flipping awesome. So congratulations, Miss Stephanie Gracek. We'll be interviewing her. Vanessa Holm, who is Brooke White's girl, went executive. So congratulations, Vanessa Holm. Brittany Long, which is Stephanie Gracek's sister, went diamond and grabbed the $20,000 diamond bonus. So congratulations, Brittany. Brittany Anderson went emerald, and she is, let me see, Kevin. It says Kevin. Kevin Antles. I'm maybe not saying that right. I don't know who she is. Kevin Antle, it says, but I don't know if that's right or not.
Arts.
Okay. Awesome. I don't know who Kevin is. I'm not for sure. Awesome. So congratulations to Brittany.
This is where she's placed.
Okay.
This is the enrollment.
Okay. Brittany Musha, maybe. Brittany M. So awesome. Congratulations to Brittany Anderson. Let's see. Amanda Emery went ruby. So congratulations to Amanda Emery. Chelsea Bailey went executive. Kristen Hicks went ruby. Awesome. Chelsea Jessmer went ruby. Jennifer, I'm going to screw up the last name, Carpentier went executive. Joey Gracek, Stephanie's husband, went emerald. Go Joey. So then he would have grabbed the $2,000 bonus. Awesome. Heather, I'm going to screw up your name.
Jolene.
So Jolene? Jolene, no S, Jolene. Awesome. So Heather went ruby. So congratulations, darling.
I got a shout out to John up there too. I see you, buddy. Thank you. You're up, right?
Becky Coles went ruby. Congratulations to you, Becky. Kathleen Fisher went executive. Congratulations. Becky Fenstermaker went executive. So seriously, guys, congratulations. Seriously, how awesome is this? This is called changing your life. Getting focused, knowing the gift that you have, and going after it.
We're expecting that sheet to be like 2 or 3 times as deep this next month. So.
Right, with even more amazing bonuses that are being earned. So that is so very exciting. So we're going to get started with Stephanie Gracek. So if you want to unmute yourself, Stephanie. She is signing up a distributor, so I might have to ask.
Freezing.
Are you good to chat, or do you want me to wait on you?
Nope, we got a distributor. So this is my new girl, my BFF, Becky, and she joined Friday, and she just signed up her first distributor just now. So we're
welcome.
Girl.
We're like pretty pumped.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So are you good to chat right now, Stephanie? Are you good to chat? Are you freezing up?
I am, yep.
Okay.
All yours.
I want you to share with
keep
everybody.
Freezing. Yeah, I'm good to chat, yep.
Okay, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in, and why you joined It Works. I know that's a lot of things.
Okay, well, I'm Stephanie Gracek. I am from Waverly, Minnesota. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary. I joined because 2 years ago, before I joined, I got laid off from my job, and didn't want to go back to work, and I went on all these interviews, didn't get hired for anything because I didn't have the education. And so like It Works literally just fell in my lap, and I didn't even talk to my husband about it. I just joined. I don't know why I joined. Something in my gut just said, just join. I did. I told my husband, we had John and Liz come down, and they showed us this diamond sheet. Now, I was so intimidated by that diamond sheet. I was like, there's no way I can fill that chart up. I went ruby in 1 month. I went diamond in 3 months, and I just hit double diamond. And my husband, basically why I just stuck with it is because my husband said, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, you better make this work. And I was like, wait, what? You said I could be a stay-at-home mom? So I did. I ran with it. It's working. Business is just absolutely crazy right now. I signed 3 girls today. I signed 4 on Friday. I mean, when people see your success, they're just going to start coming to you guys. So if you guys are all at that point right now, I'm not getting any bites. Do not stop posting. You're planting those seeds right now. You know, I went to my best friend Becky here about a year ago. I'm like, Becky, you should join me. She's like, there's no way I'm doing that stuff. And it took her a year to join, you know, like it's crazy. It's wonderful.
That's awesome. But, you know, you should share a little bit of, you know, people might think that it looks all hot and glamorous and that it's always been that way for you. So I want you to kind of share a little bit of what your journey has looked like. I mean, it's been a year, and there definitely Double Diamond is an awesome, amazing promotion to be at. But there's definitely been some hardships along the way. So why don't you share a little bit of that?
Well, if I had better lighting, you guys could see all the gray hairs in my hair that I have gotten over the past year.
I got gray hair.
Yeah. It's definitely been a ride. So I was stuck, you guys. So I signed up in March. I went diamond in May, and then I've been stuck at diamond ever since May. So it's been a very, very tough thing behind the scenes. I have 179 people underneath me. I just counted a couple days ago. 104 of them have quit. So I look at it like it took me 104 distributors to quit on me to go double diamond. One chick at conference said it took her like 274 to get her to presidential or ambassador. And that's one thing that really clicked into my head. So it took me 104 to quit on me to get to double diamond. And I rebuild. I mean, I always look at it, if somebody quits on you, there's going to be somebody better that's going to come in to your business and into your lives and just really run with this business. So always look at the positive of things, I guess, because I mean, there's times I've wanted to quit. You know, I've called up John and Liz over 4th of July, and I'm like, I'm done. And Liz is like, do you want to go back to work? I'm like, no. You know, just look at the positives of all of it. You know, it's one heck of a ride, but it is so, so beyond worth it. You know, behind the scenes, I'm messaging, I'm texting people. Sometimes I'm up till midnight. I get up as early as 5:30. That's when my phone starts going off. And
oh, you're freezing up a little bit.
If you see this vision, have the opportunity, like that's what you have to do to get there. Just go do it. I know you're freezing up too. Sorry, I don't know what it is. If it's Liz.
So I love that, Stephanie, when you talked about, about how many distributors it takes, how many people it takes to talk to. I think that's very important. And I like that you're keeping track of it too, because it's important to know how many people you're talking to so that you're not just saying to yourself, well, I talked to some people, but I don't really know how many. I remember when we were at conference, we had the pleasure of having, Sylvester Stallone pipe in there a little bit. I wish we would have got to see him in person. And he's absolutely right. I've done some studying about him, and there's more to him than what we just see in the movies. I mean, he is absolutely 100% about, how hard can you get hit and still get back up again? And that's what this business is all about, because I'm telling you, Liz and I have found, and we've been knocked down. And you know what? When you can get back up and pull yourself back up again and go at it again, so huge. And the other thing I wanted to say back to what you had said too is that, when what you're talking about is getting momentum going. And when you get momentum going, I always tell people, the minute you get momentum, pour gasoline on the fire. And you want to just let that baby burn, because it's hard to get a locomotive and all of its cars moving again when they're at a complete stop. So, that's the way you're working your business right now. We can see that. You're pouring gas on the fire, and I want to absolutely commend you for doing that. And, for everybody else who's watching, you absolutely hit the nail on the head. If something isn't working, you keep changing your approach. You don't necessarily have to change your vision, but you change your approach and you keep striking. And after a while, the iron's going to get hot, and then you throw gas on the fire and keep on going. So
you don't stop.
If you were gonna give us one tip that we would need, as we have 18 days left in this month, what would that one tip be that you would give us all?
Don't quit. No. Post like crazy. Even if you've reached out to people and if they said no, go back to those no's and say, I know you said at that time you weren't ready to join, but I just feel something about you. And I really know that you could use this money. Maybe now's the time. You weren't ready then. I just want to do another follow-up. Maybe you're ready now. What do you think? And I like very front with people. I'm like, you can straight up tell me no again. It's okay, because I'll probably ask you in 2 months anyway. But just don't stop. Don't stop posting. Keep following up. I don't care if you have to talk to them 800 times to get them to say yes. Seriously, it's really about timing. I'm adding, honestly, about 100 people on Facebook a day. I know that sounds a lot, but I just got some chick I just added last night. She messaged me. I've never met her before. And she said, Stephanie, how do I join your team? And I said, well, call me. So we got on the phone, and, she's from Monticello. And she says, well, I have a lot of friends that are doing it, but I want to join your team. And I said, well, why don't you join your friend's team? And she goes, because you seem like you're very close with your team. You know what you're doing. My friends, they make it all about them. She goes, you don't make it about you. You make it about your team. She says, that's what I like about your team. So I called her up. She joined. I'm meeting up with her tomorrow to launch her tomorrow. So if you make it about everybody else, people are going to see that you really care. And it's not just about building your charts, not just about your monthly income, that you're really looking. We're in this business to go out and help other people. Make it about people. Like tonight, if you're having troubles getting distributors, I had Becky just post, who needs an extra $300 to $500 a month? Comment below. She got like 5 comments already, and she's talking to people already about joining her team. And she just joined Friday. Doing like little posts like that is going to help go a long way. That was more than one tip, but
that's
just
awesome.
rambling all night.
Listen to you all day. That's awesome. And what I'm finding, what you're saying is, bring your people on and start working with them right away. Take them underneath your wing, and don't let a day go by and let it pass, because we only have 18 days left in the month. So let's help those new distributors, open up their markets and help them get moving too, and give them some ideas, which you're totally doing. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations big time on your promotions, your double promotions this month.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay.
This month's going to be crazy.
It is. Awesome. It's going to be so awesome. Okay, let's go over to Heather, Jolene, and John. Let's find you. We got to highlight you, girl. There she is. There they are. Okay, we're going to bring you front and center. Boom. Spotlight video. There they are. Look how cute they are. All right, guys, tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been in. I know there's a lot of questions. And why did you join It Works?
All right, I'm Heather. This is John. And we live in Zimmerman, Minnesota, so just north of the city. And we joined at the end of August and just went Ruby, which is, I know, the foundation, foundation rank for everything. So we're just kind of learning the ropes there. And why did I join? I joined because, honestly, I really wanted to try the wraps. I've seen them before, was aware of them before, but I just wasn't feeling good at the time. And my first box of 4 wraps, I dropped about 3.5 to 4 inches off my waistline. My pants just weren't fitting anymore, so that was pretty amazing. And then
you went into working an office job, so you weren't feeling real great.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years.
From active jobs to a desk job.
To a desk job.
Just, it was a change. So it all goes to your waistline, unfortunately, when you sit a lot. And I saw Stephanie's post and could tell that there's just got to be something to it. I did a lot of research beforehand. I probably told Stephanie, but I think I probably looked or researched it for about a month before I really reached out to Stephanie and was like, okay, let's give it a try. And then we just went all in with it.
Why don't you guys tell a little bit about what you guys both do? I mean, why are you wanting this It Works business to be, to be something that you guys are going after? I'm assuming you're not stopping at Ruby, right?
Because I know that we already said that some people come into this business for an extra $300 to $500, and I think that people that know you and your story know that that's not exactly why you came to this business. And
so please share that.
Share with others, why this is clicking for you guys.
So there's no way that, nobody probably would have thought that we would ever want or need a business like this. We're definitely not in it for the $300 to $500. We caught the vision very quickly. I work an office job, and I am always there. I do really well with what I do. However, it takes away from all my family and friend time because I work every Friday and Saturday all the time. And so you really can't plan weekends or go see anything. And I also work long hours. So by the end of the day, I'm just exhausted. I eat dinner and then I go to bed after that because it's already pretty late by the time I get home. And then John?
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I worked out of state and I did a 20 and 10 rotation. So I was out of state for 20 days at a time. And, I was working 17, 18 hours a day, 120 hours a week, sometimes even more. And Heather actually found this while I was out there, and we kind of looked at it, and I'm a business guy. I like business. I like to look at numbers, and I knew there had to be something with this. And, that's when I told her, that's when we decided, let's really try to work towards this, because, we made a lot of money, but we just didn't have freedom of time. We didn't have families, and my family travels quite a bit, and, they make quite a bit less money. And I just looked at it and I thought, man, we do so well for ourselves, but we don't even have the time to travel. We don't have time for ourselves. We don't have time for our families. We realized that there had to be a change there. There had to be something. That's when we, really looked at this business and decided to go for it.
That's awesome. So let's talk about how did you guys get focused? What did you do last month? Because you knew that you wanted to go Ruby. So I know there's people on this either listening to the recording or on this tonight that are wondering, what did you guys do? What clicked in you because you joined when again? Remind me again, Heather, when you joined?
The end of August.
Okay. So what clicked in you that said, you know what, we're gonna go for this. We're gonna go Ruby.
Well, we'd been boxed in before and I had a whole leg drop off. Only a couple months in when we were just shy of volume. And to have that taken away was kind of an eye-opener. So then you kind of got a rebound from that. And I think the thing was we just needed to start reaching out to the people that were on our chicken list. And we're starting to work through that. That's challenging, that are on your chicken list. But surprisingly, we've had more people that have had really good response to that than we would have thought. We're getting a lot more interaction back from those people that were on our chicken list, or the people that we didn't think that would want this. But if we want it, there's other people out there that are going to want it too.
Right. I love that because, most people like your story is so different because you have a lot of income, but you just want the time freedom and not being gone all the time. So I love that when you think of those chicken list people, you got to think of yourself. Like you said, we wanted it because we wanted the time freedom. So how do we know that other people aren't drowning in debt, even though they look like they've got a beautiful what looks like a really nice lifestyle, but we just truly don't know. So what are you saying when you're reaching out to your chicken list people? Are you actually saying, like, you're on my chicken list, I'm so nervous to reach out to you, but I just have to see if you, because that's what I do. I don't know what you guys do.
I have put in there before, to certain people, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, but I'm really nervous to message you this, and you are on my dream team. Do you have any interest in making some extra income? I'm trying to simplify it because I'm very yellow and green, and John is too, very over analytical. Yeah. And so, I want to see all those specs and every single little detail of what the business has done and why I should even look at this opportunity. But to initiate the conversation, I'm learning that I've got to simplify it. And it doesn't need to be a script. Even just 2 sentences can get more interaction back and forth, and ending with a question has been really helpful for me.
Yep.
Everybody hear that? So less is more, and ending with a question, so that there's always that interaction back. You can get that other message coming back. That's great. That's a great tip.
That is a great tip. And Liz and I were just talking about that. I mean, the last couple of days, you've been asking me, like, you've been maybe running out of scripts to use, and then she'll ask me what to say, and I'll be like, what I've learned out of all this is that when you can ask the right trigger question to get somebody to open up to ask a question back to you, it triggers something in their mind that says, it's okay, I'm ready to receive a response from you. And the more, so the less information you put out there, you drip on them and you get them to ask you a question back. That's key. So I'm glad you said that.
Awesome. So what would you give for one tip as people are moving through, and maybe they're not quite at the Ruby place yet? Maybe they've got placement, but not enough of the volume. We know Rubies have to have 4,000 in volume with no more than 2,000 coming out of their largest leg. What would you say at this time in the month with 17 days starting tomorrow? What would you say would be your biggest tip? Like, say they have their placement of people, but they don't have their volume.
Okay, if they have their placement of people, but they don't have their volume quite yet, it's sending out those messages. I'm getting way more response on getting people interested in the products or in the business by sending out those messages. We can post all day long, but only a small percentage will actually reach out to you. As we've learned to just message, like I said, those chicken lists and things like that, and the people that you are nervous to message, we've been getting a lot better responses from that. And when we get that gut feeling, we just message them now.
So go for the ask then, right?
Right.
Yeah, talking about that gut feeling, there's a girl that I went to high school with, I was pretty good friends with her back in the day, and she was starting to like a lot of, my posts and stuff that Heather tagged me in, and we went to go look on her profile, and her sister sells It Works, and ends up her cousin or aunt do too, but she just kind of, she made the comment that she doesn't really want to work with family. We reached her, and she's actually really excited. She said when she can get the money together, she's definitely going to join our team. Just reaching out, even if you think that they might not be interested.
Totally. I agree with that. And I found that many times where people don't want to go with their family, but rather would go with somebody else for whatever reason that might be.
I was just thinking
or something like that. Who knows if they butt heads or something? Because
right.
Good relationship, and she was planning on joining their team. Obviously, be
awesome.
Like, go ahead and do that, join their team, and get started with us. But she's been kind of wanting or being interested in doing the business, but she was looking for
something else. Yeah, looking for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, I just want to say congratulations to you guys. And I know we talked probably about a month ago. We had a really great conversation, and I just want to say how, just having you guys as a team, and I know there's other teams out there, but just knowing that you have each other's backs and that you're building a team is awesome, because that's something that Liz and I, take very personally, that we're a team in this business. And we're just hoping to build as many teams out there as we can in all of you. And like I said, I know there's a lot of other ones out there, but we're talking to you right now. So thank you for having her back, John.
Thank you.
Thanks for getting me to beard up too.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you. We'll move on to the next one. Chelsea Jessmer, are you there? Chelsea Jessmer.
I'm here.
Hey, let's find you. We got to spotlight you, girl. Just a minute. There she is. Are you in the dark, darling?
No, I have two of them on there. My other Zoom wasn't working, so you got to find the other one.
Okay, got to find the other one.
Okay, scrolling.
I'm like, otherwise, get by a light, girl.
I'm right here.
There you are. All righty. So congratulations, Miss Chelsea.
Thank
You
you.
went Ruby. So this is so awesome. So let everybody know who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in, because it's always fun to hear, how long people have been in. Not everybody's an overnight success. Some people take a little bit longer to get where they want to go. And then tell us why you joined It Works.
So I'm Chelsea. I am from Montrose, Minnesota, and I joined because I was a stay-at-home mom already, but I was watching my nephew at the time. And to say he was a rough child to watch is probably an understatement. He was my little demon child. And he was teaching my kid a lot of things that I didn't like anymore. And I told my husband, I was like, there's got to be a way that I can make money still and not have to watch him. I also make cupcakes on the side. And I was getting really overwhelmed with that because I only have my little tiny kitchen. And I was getting orders of 200 cupcakes to make. And so then I was freezing them, and between that and daycare, it was just overwhelming. So I messaged Steph because I had saw her post and took off from there. And I've loved the journey. It's been very, very hard. I'm not going to say it's been easy at all. I've had a lot of different times where I'm like, all right, Steph, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, it took me until January to actually get distributors that were working. I got my first distributor 4 months in, and she didn't do anything with the business. I tried helping her, tried coaching her. She didn't do anything. I got my second distributor, and me and Steph were together and signed her, and she quit within an hour. So I had a lot of people they just weren't working. They would come in with enthusiasm. I would try to help them. I was trying to build them. I was trying to do everything that I could to make them successful, and they just weren't serious about it. So then I went back to the drawing board, went back to my list, and was like, let me see who I think would be good. And just getting that confidence back in myself, I think, started showing in my posts. And I started having people reach out to me, and Instagram has been amazing for me. So that's where I've been getting a lot of my potentials, a lot of my loyal customers, because my warm market is nowhere anymore. So I have been working a lot of Instagram and really actually enjoying it a lot.
Well, let's go right to that then. Give us 1 or 2 hot Instagram tips that you're doing to be successful on there.
I am making sure that I am posting a minimum to 2 hours every 2 hours on Instagram. I try for every hour, and I try to do 2 to 3 personal posts. So it has nothing to do with It Works. It might have a little throw in there of saying, I get to go 4-wheeling with my son during the day because I don't have to work at my desk, and this is my desk. But then I'll throw in some It Works ones in between there. So I make it so it's really not spammy. And then at the end of my post, I put, if you're interested, comment below with your email or message me. And I'm getting tons of people putting their emails below, and that's how I get started. Or if they're liking my post, I'm messaging them. So it's after I've built a relationship with, though. I don't go and spam people on Instagram.
Okay.
After I've built a relationship, so as soon as they accept me as a friend, I'm going through and adding a bunch of people. As soon as they accept me as a friend, I go on their page and I start to get to know them and start liking and commenting on their posts. And after I do that a couple times, that's when I start messaging them saying, hey, your Instagram, I really like it. I love your pictures. You have awesome enthusiasm. Would you ever be interested in, making some extra money on the side through Instagram and Facebook? And I've gotten really, really good results with it.
Awesome. How about like any specific tags and stuff that you're going after?
Hashtags?
hashtags, or are you just kind of putting stuff out there and it's naturally happening?
Yep, I'm just putting it out there. I've been going and adding people by just, if I have a show on, I go to that show hashtag and I just go and add, because I mean, if you go to anybody famous or anything like that, they always have 1 million followers. So I go to their followers and I don't just go down the list and add everyone. I literally look at them and say, okay, that's a mom. She might want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm really picky about who I'm adding. So I'm not just going down the list and adding everyone.
Okay.
That's
Perfect.
cool. Are you using the, it goes back and forth. You hear so much about like the crowd fire follow and unfollow. And what are you doing that way? Do you do that kind of stuff?
I do the crowd fire unfollow. So anybody that's unfollowing me after, or not following me back after about, I'd say 3 days, I'll go and I'll delete them so that I don't have the overflow of me following 1 million people. But I give them 3 days because not everybody's on their Instagram all the time. So I let them have a chance to accept me as a friend and start following me back. And if I don't have any followers, then I'll go, I do about, on Instagram, you can unfollow about 100 an hour. So I'll unfollow through probably like 2 or 3 times a day, every 3 days, if that makes sense.
Sure. Awesome. So you feel like it's definitely beneficial. That's where you're getting most of your leads, you're saying, is through Instagram.
Yep. And I thought people were crazy for it. I was like, I'm not getting anything. This Instagram sucks.
So you feel like it was just the consistent posting and just making sure that you did, like you said, personal, family, whatever, fun stuff. And then every so often you do a It Works post, and then you'd say comment with your email or your, whatever you said, email or your phone number. Did you say not phone number?
Nope. Email or message me.
Or message me below. And that's where you feel like people are really then giving you the reins to be able to message them then.
Yep, and I think that people are really going after it because I'm being personal with them. So I'm not spamming their Instagram. I'm going and liking and making actual real comments like, oh my gosh, I love how your hair looks today. That's super cute. Or where'd you get that shirt? Those different kind of posts to them so that they're not just thinking that I'm just this, person trying to come at them to get their business. So
Sure.
Being really personal with them.
I love that. Okay, so one last tip. What would you give for the last part of the month? There's 17 days left of the month. What would be your tip that you would give everyone as they're working on their promotions?
Being super consistent. I know everybody always says that all the time, but being consistent and staying plugged in has probably been the biggest thing that has helped me. Staying plugged in with my team and getting to those meetings. I mean, I had some hardships just a couple weeks ago, so I wasn't getting to those ones, but I was still staying plugged in with my leaders and, making sure that I'm in contact with them all the time. So staying in contact with my team and staying consistent on Facebook and Instagram, and doing that, also messaging people. I mean, that's where I'm also staying consistent and messaging people every day. I have a minimum list of 5 to 10 people I have to message every day to try to, reach out.
That's awesome.
I love that. I think a couple of you guys have already said that. Post a lot, but don't forget you need to personally go for the ask and message people. So I love that. So thank you so much, Chelsea, for your awesome sauce. Congratulations on your Ruby promotion.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go over to Amanda Hine, Miss Ruby from Wisconsin. Hey, hey, Amanda, how are you?
I'm good. I just got to plug my phone in here. It's going to die.
Sure.
A minute.
Sure. So you let everybody know who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in, and what your why is.
Okay. I'm Amanda Hine. I'm from Janesville, Wisconsin. And I joined the business because my husband and I, we were working full time, and we come to a rough spot in our schedules to where our kids had to stay home after school by themselves for about almost 2 hours. And it was very frightening to me because, we have 5 kids and they're all different ages and most of them are really young. So I was always worried at work that I was going to get a phone call saying that our house was on fire, something like that. So it's like, we gotta do something different here. Our family is gonna be really hurting here, and it's just not worth it to have somebody tell me I got to be at work and I can't be home with my kids. And so our family was stressing a lot. The kids, they weren't getting their homework done or anything like that, 'cause my husband would come home and he'd have to cook and clean, and so I would work until late. And so finally I just said I've had enough, and I saw that my girlfriend was selling in the business, and I saw her in conference this past July, and I seen all the excitement and the fun, and I wanted to be a part of it. And so I just messaged her and asked her what it was about, and went over there and just had a consultation, and I signed up like that night, and then I just ran with it and just did whatever I could to learn how to be successful, and I just kept going from there.
Yeah, I know that you and Chris came to conference this year.
We came up to boot camp in Minnesota. You guys have traveled a lot to be plugged in up here.
And I just remember you guys being down at conference and all the fun and excitement that you guys had, and you can kind of see the light in Chris's eyes, and again, being another husband that's on board and supportive. And talk about seeing the vision. You guys came back and just hit the ground running, and just talk briefly about what conference did, because I know that you guys have heard our story when it comes to what conference did for us. But again, what did conference do for you guys? And what seed did that plant in your mind, for you to come back and start taking action?
Well, conference just really gave us a vision on how close our team was. I really didn't get the gist of how close our team was to one another and how much of a family we really were until we went to conference and we were around more of our teammates, and then being around the leaders and just talking with them and letting them tell you that, you deserve this life too, and they're going to stick behind you no matter what, and they're always going to be supportive of you, even, through your hard times and your high times. And so I think that really just got us more motivated, because we both really didn't feel worthy of this business at all, because we never hung out with millionaires or successful people. And our friends and family, they're always negative and, basically telling you can't do something when you're really wanting to do it. So just being supportive and positive people. And, I think it was Denise Walsh that had said, get over yourself and just go for the yes instead of the no's, and that really sunk into us. And we just come back home and we were like, we're going to get over ourselves and we're going to go for the yes, and we're not going to listen to the no's, and we're going to show people that they deserve this just as much as we do, whether it be for the health or for the business side. And we're not going to let them tell us no. We're going to, give them the yes in their hearts and show them. So I think that's what really helped us a lot.
That's awesome. You're such a, I didn't really know you that well. I've gotten to know you, more so now. And it's been such a fun thing to see you guys just totally shine and go for it. And I would think most people meeting you would probably say, well, she's a pretty shy girl, but look at you. I mean, people make that excuse and say, well, I'm really not, I'm not really out there, so I don't know if I can do this. And, when I look at your personality, you're truly probably, are you yellow? Is your personality color yellow?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really shy at first until I get to know somebody, I think. But I'm also, a red too. I'm very self-motivated and very driven and outgoing to an extent. So
yeah,
but I do have a lot of compassion for people and stuff. So
I was going to say that is totally you. I mean, you are definitely, I just want to help my team, and we're talking a lot and just making sure you're putting everybody where you need to go for charting and all that. And it's just always about the team and what can I do to help them. And it's just so very awesome when you take that, and Stephanie said that too, that concentration off yourself and say, how can I help my team get to their rubies? It just makes it so absolutely amazing, the journey to help everyone get to where they need to go. So I absolutely just have loved getting to know you and your heart and your drive. It's just so very exciting. So congratulations on your Ruby.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there one last tip you'd give everybody?
I think the biggest tip is just to be supportive of one another and always just stay plugged into your team and your leaders as well. Stay in communication and see where you can help whoever. Even if you don't have a team, just, stay plugged into your customers and keep checking in with them and seeing how the products are going to be doing for them, and if you can just help them out with any other products just to help reach their goal. And consistency is the key too, and stay excited, because the more people see the excitement on your page with Instagram or Facebook, they're going to want to, keep following you, and they're going to want to eventually know what you're excited about and message you and ask you what you're doing. So
I love it.
huge.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you to all of you guys who jumped on. We're going to share some other things before we end the call, or the Zoom, I should say. But, really when I listen to everybody, I hear the word consistency. I hear the word that just, reaching out to people on a daily basis, not like some days, but every day. And especially when these good bonuses are only good through the end of the month, you're going to definitely want to take advantage and really work it each day that you have. Because we know after this, Mark, our CEO, has said he will not be extending these bonuses at all. So, I always tell people, and I love what people have been saying, every Monday, act like it's the last day of the month. Work it like it's the last day of the month. Work every day like that this month of March for sure. And, I always tell people, if you don't hit your goal, don't be sad. Just look at how far you came and how much closer you are. So don't get down on yourself if for whatever reason our Lord says, it's not quite the time or whatever. Just keep that upbeat, great attitude as you guys move through March. So just remember, the bonuses are all there, and you guys all, I'm sure, know in your eSuite document library of what all the bonuses are going on right now, and that you can cash in to all of them. If you have questions about something, just reach out to your sponsored leader, or keep reaching up to whomever is plugged in and is working their business. Reminder of the It Works University, April 9th. Seriously, if you weren't able to make it to Florida and you're a brand new distributor, I would not miss this event. It's right over in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's probably a good 8-9 hour drive, but we're going to do the drive so that we can really help everybody get there. And bunk up. We'll put lots of people in the room. Have people come through the back entrance if you have more than 4 in your room, whatever it takes. Bring some blow-up mattresses, whatever it takes to, split the room and be able to have that time together at the It Works University. April 16th, for those that are local, we are going to do our next fun Friendships and Freedom Saturday, which we do an hour. Rapportunity Party Pad is the first hour, and the second hour is a new distributor training. So getting started as a new distributor. Also, does everybody know that there's some destination groups going on right now? There's a Destination Executive group. There's a Destination Ruby group, Emerald. John and I have the Diamond and Double Diamond group, and Kim has the Triple and Above group. So if you don't know anything about that, you need to definitely message your leader, whoever enrolled you, your sponsor, to say, hey, I want to be a part of these groups. There's specific focus groups for, so basically if you're in the executive group, that means you were paid as a distributor the month before and you want to go executive. So it's going to be helping you know how to chart, what to look for, and to help you. And I think they're doing about like weekly Zooms, which is really cool to keep you on task. Then if you want to be in the Ruby group, you need to be paid as an executive last month to be in the Ruby focus group. If you want to be in the Emerald group, you need to have been paid as a Ruby last month. In the Diamond and Double Diamond, you need to have been paid as an Emerald or a Diamond to be in that group. We're actually having our Zoom this week. Ours is during the daytime, and we'll record for those that can't, but most everybody can make it during the day. And then Triple and Above, we are meeting Friday mornings. So it is an amazing, different leaders totally taking on these groups. And so it's really an awesome place to really focus and help you get to know what you need to do for the next group and help you chart, which I think is probably the biggest thing people probably have the most trouble with is, how do I do this charting thing? So that'll really help break things down for you. What else, John? Can you think of some last tips? You know, I hope you guys are all, you know, really doing something for personal development every single day. You know, Cammie Dempsey, our Black Diamond leader, often says you should really do 3 things in your business. A third should be working your own personal business. The other third should be helping your teams with their business. And the last third of your business should be personally developing yourself. So what does that mean? That means getting into some books. That means getting into maybe the Eric Worre 7 steps to becoming a network marketing superstar. Maybe that's going on YouTube and watching Jim Rohn videos, or John Maxwell. I just listened to one that was about an hour long today that was fabulous about the 5 levels of leadership, because, you know, we're leading, so we want to be a great leader. We want to be great leaders. Eat That Frog, Stop Procrastinating, 21 Ways on How to Stop Procrastinating. That's a great book by Brian Tracy. I mean, there's so much stuff out there that, you know, you really should 10 minutes at least, even in this crazy busy time, because we know you heard some people say, I almost wanted to quit. I almost wanted to quit. So we always have to really be working on the mindset in this business, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes up against us always. So, you know, I always tell people that, you know, if self-discipline is a problem, then be definitely personally developing on self-discipline. If confidence or self-worth is a problem, then definitely personally develop on that subject. You know, whatever it is that you struggle with the most, you're going to need to really personally develop yourself. But I love the video that I stumbled across today. It was a TED Talk. I like to go into the TED Talk while I'm on the treadmill or whatever. And this one was about how leaders inspire great action. So when we're talking about action, we mean like even getting a sale. You know what I mean? Even as so much as to get a sale. So, you know, he talked about, you know, why is it that Steve Jobs and Apple, you know, against, what are the other, was it Dell? Dell's?
The other computer.
Yeah, the other computer companies. Why would Apple have been one that succeeded so much and the others didn't at that time? Or why is that still the way that it is? Or why would the Wright brothers, when they were trying to get a plane in the air, and you never heard about the guy who had $50,000 at that time, and they told him to go figure out how to get the airplanes up in the air, but there was these 2 brothers who were just no money, figured it out, and so you hear all about them. So what's the difference between that? You talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and why did 50,000 people ever show up to hear him speak? You know, there wasn't any text message or, you know, social media at that time that would have brought 50,000 people to come hear him speak. And so he said the difference really is, when you look at even businesses, is people often talk about the 3 rings, and I'll just quickly show you a picture of it. So, and I'll put the video in Team Enter too, so you guys can see it for yourself. But the outside ring is the what, right? The what. The inside ring is the how, and the middle ring, the very middle ring, is the why. So if you can see that. So the what, the how, and the why. So most businesses start this way, that when they're trying to get sales, or they're trying to sell some people on to why they should take action to buy what they offer, they often start with the what. Like, what is it? We sell computers. How? You know, they maybe talk about how the computer works. You know, it has these awesome gadgets. It does this, it does that. And the why, like why they invented that, or what the meaning was behind even starting that, is always the thing that they talk about last. So he was saying in this TED Talk that we should start with the why. That's why Apple started, because Steve Jobs, you know, his story behind how he started the electronics, what the reasoning was, you know, really, what's the word? Help me out. Envelop people, help them really to think about, you know, drew them into the story, you know, and, you know, the how didn't matter after a while, and the what it was, that all came afterwards. So when you think about, you know, when you're posting on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, you should always be leading with, why did you start this business? What is this business? What has it done for you? Why are you a part of this business? So, you know, always thinking about that, because these other things come afterwards. Like, it doesn't really matter like how the cleanse works, or how the this does that, or what all this is on the outside, but starting with the why.
Well, I think, and when you go to conference and you see what the heartbeat
Of Mark Pentecost
of it
is?
works is, it's the culture that he's trying to sell, right? They've got a first to market wrap, but it's the culture that they've created that really sells It Works, I believe. I mean, it's the same reason that Stephanie's girl messaged her and said, I want to be on your team. Stephanie's selling a culture. And I think that's what the rest of all of us need to remember. If you've got things that are moving or aren't moving, you need to think to yourself, would I join my team? Would I join me? Would I follow me on Facebook?
Is there passion behind my posts? Are people understanding? Because they say that people don't buy products. Did you know that? They don't buy products. They buy people. You understand that? And where there is no vision, people perish. So if you don't have a vision for where you're going and you're not really getting out there and always sharing what your vision is, even if you're just a distributor and you're not even where you want to be. Because remember, we all start at square one. I didn't start as an emerald. I started as a distributor like anybody else did. But what I did was when I was in front of people at parties, I would tell them that this business is going to bring my husband home and we are going to be a full-time family with It Works Global. Even though I wasn't there, I told people that. And do you know that people laughed at me? They elbow the girls and elbow each other and they'd be like, that is so funny. And I would look at them and I'd say, I'm really going to do that. And they can see that now today that I have done what I said I was going to do.
Yep.
Now, if you've watched the Tony Robbins video about our potential is what starts us in this business, there is just so much truth to that, because I visualized that I was going to bring my husband home before it actually happened. I had, without a shadow of a doubt, that I was going to do that. With God as my strength, I was going to do that. And by golly jeepers, we did that. So you have to ask yourself, what are you visualizing? What are you saying to yourself every single day? Truly, are you saying, I am diamond by the end of this month? Because according to Tony Robbins, he says, you start with your potential. So you visualize it already. You've already said where you are. Like that whole saying of, I already won the battle in my mind before I even got on the battlefield. That's what Tony Robbins is saying. You already believe it. You with total certainty, you know it's going to happen. That's step one. So having that huge unlimited potential, knowing you are unstoppable, you are going to that goal, is the first step. Did you know that if that is not so hot, like if your potential's up here and you're really like at a 5, like you're like, well, maybe I can, maybe I'll achieve. I don't know. I kind of feel like I maybe won't. I kind of don't know if I really truly believe that. I kind of don't know if everybody loves the products. I just don't know if they really work. So that right there, if your potential already in your mind is lower, then that means the second step, he says, is action. That will affect the action. If your potential is high, you are going to have massive action because you know without a shadow of a doubt, you are going to hit your goal. But if your potential is down here, guess what? Your action level is going to be down here too. He said the third step is, so you got potential, what you believe. The second step is action. The third is the results. So if you already have half belief, you take half the action, how much results are you going to have? Half the results. And how is that going to affect the fourth box, your belief level? You're not going to have great belief. It's the funnel he talks about, either spirals down or the spiral goes up. You have more belief. And so it just keeps cycling around and around and around again. So if we have total potential, we're going to make it, we're doing it. I don't care how many no's I'm going to get. I'm getting there. Without a doubt, I'm going to get to my goal. I'm going to take massive action. That's going to affect me with my massive results, and it's going to affect my belief. My belief's going to go even further up, and then I'm just going to keep going around that cycle. So it's huge. It's really, really important, and you need to visualize that and know without a shadow of doubt you can do this. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He says in today's environment, when the world isn't giving you certainty, you have to envision certainty of that absolutely taking place in your mind before you ever take the action, so that you can take action that's up here and you can have belief that's up here, that it's going to work, and that's going to feed on itself, and that's going to give you those results, which is going to encourage your belief, which is going to make you take more action, and it's just going to keep going up from there. So Yeah, it's so exciting. There's, you know what, guys, there's so many, I can't encourage you enough on personal development. We listened to that great John Maxwell piece today. I'm telling you, John Maxwell said, not just sometimes, but every day. Mm-hmm. Every single day he does something for his leadership, because he says the people he's leading are getting better. So what do you think that makes the leader have to do? The leader has to keep getting better every single day. And you have to look for it. You have to look for ways to grow. Look for ways so that you can learn something new every day. So exciting. I hope you guys are reading or, listening to some of these YouTube videos and so on that we're passing along, because I'm telling you, I know Liz was bawling the other night when she was watching, and I'm just like, what's going on? And then I listened to it and I'm like, oh my goodness, where has this been all my life? So
and this is the other thing I need to, today listening to John Maxwell, he said this, and I've heard it so many times, but today it hit me a little bit differently. He said, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. I'm going to say that again. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are.
And I love
so just a second, so I don't lose my train of thought, because I totally will. So if you want a runner in your business, like we all say, we want a runner, I pray for a runner. And then I say, are you a runner? When's the last time you put a wrap on someone? When's the last time you blitzed someone? When's the last time you signed up a loyal customer or distributor? Okay, so that's something. Be a runner first. Be a leader by example first. We often say lead from the front yourself, okay? Because people don't do what you say, they do what you do. That's pretty huge too. The other thing he said was, when you're looking at qualities, people say, well, I want a runner. I want somebody who has great energy. I want somebody who has an amazing attitude. I want somebody who never grumbles, has total integrity. And then he said, do you have all those qualities? Like, do you have great energy? Are you a runner? Are you, full of integrity? I mean, you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. So become the runner. Become the plugged-in person. Become the person who shows up. Doesn't just tell other people to show up. You be the leader in all of that. And you will see how that will change in your team, because people don't do what you say. They do what you do. So that was really, really huge for me, again, to listen to that. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say there.
Yeah, and I think that to close that out, we've heard it said so many times from these top leadership people that, on your way to making, if it's that $1 million or that, that $1 million income that you're making, that's not going to be the part that wows you after a while. What wows you is the person that you become while you're on that journey, because you can't be $1 million earner in a what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's not worthy of that. If your lid is down here, you just cannot attract that kind of income. You can't attract that kind of mental capacity to have that. And I think that's why we see people who say, win the lottery, they go and win millions of dollars, and a year later they're broke. It's reality. They were never that person to begin with.
I think I posted something on Facebook today about people want to change their circumstances, but they don't want to change who they are. And so they find themselves stuck, or whatever it was, something like that. And that is so very, very true.
So should we, we've been on, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Well, I did have, I like to always just kind of end, or at least start with a devotion. And I had a little bit of a one, just because, we got a lot going on. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to do a little devotion, and it's actually called Calm Your Mind. Because you know what, this time of year, or this time of get out of debt season, can be absolutely crazy, can drive you batty. And John and I may or may not have been in a couple fights over the stress and the pressure of feeling this.
We had a little therapy.
Yes, we've had a little therapy. So I just love this devotion, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So this says, calm your mind. You will guard him and keep him in perfect and constant peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he commits himself to you, leans on you, and hopes confidently in you. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. I have a favorite health verb. It's Proverbs 14, verse 30. A calm and undisturbed mind and heart are the life and health of the body, but envy, jealousy, and wrath are as rottenness to the bones. The first few words of that proverb are loaded with so much insight into your health that I could teach an entire seminar on them. What does a calm and undisturbed mind and heart mean? And how do you obtain such calmness? A calm and undisturbed mind and heart means having peace of mind and peace of soul. That state of quiet, rest supports you regardless of circumstances. So I'm going to say that again. This state of quiet, rest, supports you regardless of circumstances. And is such an inner calm truly possible? When life seems to bring some new problem every day, I don't pretend to know what you are going through, but I do know God. He promises in Hebrews that when you believe, you enter into his rest. Believe what, you may ask? Believe what God's word says about you. For example, Philippians 4:19 says God will supply all of your needs. That promise can surely bring you peace of mind if you believe it. Isaiah 26 verse 3 specifically promises perfect and constant peace for those whose mind is stayed on God. Not only does God's word promise you perfect peace, but it also promises you that you can remain in that perfect peace as long as you keep your mind on God, on his plans, his promises, and his thoughts about you. Jeremiah 29:11 says, God knows the plans he has for you, plans for peace and not evil. Now let's review Proverbs 14 verse 30. What will having a calm and undisturbed mind and heart do for you? They are the life and health of your body. Why? Because what happens on the inside affects what happens on the outside. I'm going to read that again. What happens on the inside affects what happens on the outside. Tell me what you're thinking about, and I'll tell you what you are. You will always proceed in the direction of your dominant thoughts.
You guys have heard the saying, what you think about, you bring about.
Right here, it says Proverbs 23 in the Bible says, verse 7, says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What has your heart been thinking about lately? If you don't like what is going on in your physical body, you can change it. But that change is going to have to start with a change of thought. Decide today to have life and health in your body by actively keeping your mind on God. If you lean on him, you will lack nothing, and nothing will be broken in your life. So the prayer is, God, you keep me in perfect peace because I keep my mind on your promises. I declare that I have a calm, undisturbed mind and heart, which is life and health to my body. In Jesus' name, amen. So, you know, it really is. It's important to keep your mind focused where it needs to be focused. These bonuses are amazing. We are going to go after them with all of our being, but we also know that God is in charge and he knows what's best for us as well. So keep that in mind as well, and keep your mind focused where it needs to be with him first. Seek him first, and then all these things shall be added to you is what he says. So let's open this up. Does anybody want to share anything? Just let them unmute themselves. So if you want to unmute and share any thoughts or any boom moments, frustrations, anything, this is the time to do that. So just unmute yourself, bottom left, and we can just share a little bit, and then we'll end the call and the Zoom. Somebody, please. Anybody have a thought about anything? A question about anything?
We may or may not call somebody out.
Who's got a boom moment? Who's got something great going on, right? We can all talk about our frustrations. We all got those.
I've got something good going on.
All right, Becky, Fenster Maker, share it, girl.
This is my oldest daughter, Cassandra, and she's joining.
Yay! Welcome, girl.
She's lost, 25 pounds now? She's dropped 25 pounds, and she became a loyal and started on the products the middle to end of January. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's even got better momentum than I've had.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yep. So she's joining tonight.
Yay! What are you planning on having come out of your business, Miss Cassandra?
I don't.
Haven't thought that far ahead?
No, I haven't got that far.
Ruby bonus, I'm sure, right? You want to go after that $1,000 Ruby bonus?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Now, are you living on your own, or so you came to visit mom, so you must be somewhere else.
Yeah, I live in St. Louis with my boyfriend.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. Awesome. So what do you want to see this business do? Do you need the extra income?
No, I just need to work. I work 60 hours a week, so it'd be nice to not have to work that long.
Sure. I understand that totally.
Well, awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything? Stacy's doing a little bit of a stretch. You have anything you want to share, Stacy?
Yeah, I have a distributor signing on Friday. I was just messaging her right now. So
awesome.
I have a gal coming over and wrapping at the same time she's coming over to sign. So we're gonna do double duty. But I'm in the cities right now, and so I come back into town Thursday night. So I'm lining up everything from Friday when I get back there. So so I'm in the hotel room right now, and I have like charts all over the desk, and so yeah, I do want to say I needed to be on this tonight too, because I think we all like today I had actually a friend of mine that I went to high school with put a post out on Facebook, and it discouraged me a little bit, talking about how she wishes that everybody wasn't giving their political reviews and wasn't posting all about their businesses, and she's sick of seeing it all over Facebook. And it was like one of those that I kind of shut me down for a good hour, right? I'm not going to let it shut me down longer than that. And then I just messaged her, actually, because I'm like, okay, how do I handle this? I didn't want to comment on it, but I just messaged her and I said, I hope that wasn't directed at me, but this is like my passion. You see me sharing about my kids, but you also see me sharing about this, and it's not me at all being spammy. And I mean, she responded back. She's like, I respect you. It's all good. And so it is what it is. And I'm going to post yet again tonight. So I'm not going to let it stop me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've just been really trying to reach out and making the most of our time, or most of my time here at night with my after I just got my homework done. So now I don't know, this is wild, but it's cool, it's fun, yay.
That's awesome.
And I do have to give a shout out though to everybody that spoke tonight, like Heather and your husband, sorry I didn't catch your name, but
John.
Totally loved listening to you guys. Keep on rocking. Chelsea, awesome. Steph, I mean, always. Amanda, Hein, absolutely love you. So you guys, it's really cool to hear your guys' stories, and keep plugging away, because we all know that there's struggles in this business. Some have been in longer than others, but just keep your why in front of you, and realize that even you think of your story, it touched me tonight and inspired me. So that was me, and I'm an It Works distributor. So think of how many other people you're touching. So it was a cool call tonight. So thanks, Liz and John.
Oh, we love you, Stacy. Yeah, I totally get that. I understand that. I think sometimes when people put posts out like that, I feel sorry for them. That's the first thing that, when they start saying, I wish people wouldn't get, I think to me, they must just feel so empty themselves, or maybe they wish that they would have the gumption to go after their dreams like they really want to, that they really want to pursue. And so we have to realize that, as we're doing this, it makes people uncomfortable around us, because deep down, everybody wants to go after their dreams, but many are so very afraid to do that, because they're more concerned about what people think of them, like their family, their friends. And so they just say, well, I'll just stay in my comfort zone to make everybody happy around me. But I don't know about you, but when I saw that Cammie Dempsey went Black Diamond, or when I found out about Mark Pentecost, that's made me pull and want to think, well, I thought I couldn't, but I can, because I saw someone else do that. So you have to know that you going after something is going to give people permission to be brave and courageous themselves, because of your bravery and your courageous acts of saying, you know what, I feel I've been called to something different than the normal 9 to 5, the normal missing out on life, the normal, missing my kids, raising my kids, having extra to give to others instead of just enough to get by. So, with that, there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
There is.
And I'm just going to say this too. This world does not lack sheep. It lacks shepherds.
That's right.
So go out there and lead strong. You know, I think that talking about political stuff can be done with class. You know, you can lead, you can do your business with class too. And you're going to rub and rustle some feathers out there. But if your desire is to have change, go out there and be the change and be strong, be bold. And, you know, that's what we're doing. It's not easy. It's not always easy, but we know that what we're working towards is worth it for sure, without a doubt. And you guys are too. So word of encouragement, you're all worth it. Keep on keeping on.
Right. We are the light in the world. We're giving people hope when they don't believe that there is any. People don't even realize an opportunity like this exists. We have to show them. So I didn't know it did. So as soon as I did, I was like, whoa, we got gold in our hands. We got to tell people about this. Retire. You don't have to work your corporate jobs. Oh, man. You can have God first, family second, your business third. What? You got to be kidding me. You're all over that.
Who wants to close us out? Anybody else?
Any last thoughts? Inspiration? Boom moments for the last 17 days of this month?
Angela Heikela?
We'll say something.
Yeah, who is it?
Go ahead. It's Heather.
Heather, speak away, girl.
Hey, I'm like, you know, you're really nice to your team and you're really nice to all of your potentials, but are you being nice to yourself? Self-talk is a big one, and I think that's something I'm overcoming or trying to learn. So it's definitely, like you said, a mental game, and you know.
Yeah, and you know, just saying some of the last gal that was talking about people posting stuff. We've had that happen to us too.
Yep.
And my sister was one of them that posted it. You know, posted a meme about, you know, people trying to sell stuff in home-based businesses. And one of my good buddies that I grew up in high school with did the same thing. You just gotta, you know, you gotta look at, they may be bombarded by everybody, you know, and maybe try to do it in a little bit different way. Like John was saying, create a culture that they want to be part of. You know, somebody else could really be bombing them and not doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I have to say, we heard on Periscope just the other day, which I love Periscope. We try and listen to that when we can, but we always pick up little tips. And one was like, stop, you know, don't bombard people with ads, but try and draw them in. And I think we kind of touched on that a little bit, but why do you want this? You know, are you attracting them by posting ads of products all the time isn't going to make them want it. You got to create a feeling, and it's hard to do over social media. So you got to learn to tell stories, and that's something that even I face a challenge with, is learning to tell stories and breaking out of that shell. But the more you'll draw more people in.
For sure.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Those are very good tips.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else? So good to see some of your faces, Michelle Fitzgerald. It's good to see you, girl. So good. I don't even see everybody on here. Is there anybody else on here that I can't see? Can't see everybody at one time sometimes.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, people are about ready to turn into pumpkins, so we're